So let's jump into your paintings. You are focused on figures, human body, portrait, all that, all the beautiful stuff that I love personally, because my heart is portrait related, so it's human figure based related. So how do you start your process with you have a white canvas, white paper, white canvas? How do you start?
Mhm. Well, it all starts with the idea, of course, and I work mostly from photography
Mm-hmm.
from ideas that I have, which I like the process starts first outside of the studio or in the studio, but with more of a photography. It's me very amateur way of taking pictures that I want to get with uh, a certain angle lights way of portraying the person or
Mm.
the model and so on. And from there, I do like a selection of the ones where I want to, okay, this is the one, or this has something, and then I take that and I use it as a reference, but like just to kind of guide me through.
Yeah.
I'm learning more and more over to kind of ignore the reference and let the paint talk for itself, and let the canvas tell me, or the colors, or um, yeah, to not have this reference, image reference, so seriously as a copy reference, right? So
Mm.
more and do more like a first excuse to start something
It's
in
a
the
starting
canvas.
point. Yeah.
Exactly. And then when it comes to the canvas, I hate white. I cannot stand white in the canvas. It makes me very anxious. I think it's very common. And then one of the first things I do is I give a very watery layer of
Yeah.
oil to kind of get rid of the white and get some color, and some moisturized, so the surface is not super dry, because
Mm.
I like when, especially in the beginning, when like things flow and like there's no,
It's wet on
you
wet
don't get this
kind of. That's how
exactly
you
like wet
work.
surface, everything slides and everything's nice and smooth, and that's what I like in the beginning. and and then I usually work from there, um, more or less a la prima.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, I like uh, yeah, mixing, letting this first layer that I give that has certain tone, let it get mixed with the other colors that I use, and then creating a certain atmosphere. And sometimes sometimes that's it, especially when there's like not so big paintings, like could be it, but it's
Yeah.
usually not. Then I have to like let it dry, and with oil, right, it takes a time, but with certain secatives and so on, I can just work the next days in like yeah, finish touches up or something.
Mm.
I also lately I'm using more oil sticks,
All right.
like oil
Yeah.
painting, but it's like consistent stick. I might have it somewhere. It's like this. It's like actually
Yeah.
like
They're fun.
oil, but yeah, it's super fun to work
They're
with,
really fun. Yeah. Yeah.
and I was and allows you to give a more of a, like sometimes you're like, and you can just do like a huge stain with like, or it also adds a little bit of illustrative quality to the
Yeah.
painting, because you
It's
see
a
like
it's a
these fine
really
lines.
yeah. Sorry. It's a really good mix of like, or give you that quality of a drawing, but
Mhm,
with that texture of a painting, which is like it's
mhm.
yes, it's like really incredible to also just to practice with this to people. It's they're really fun to use for sure.
Yeah, and it allows me to give that that kind of freshness of like a sketch
Mm.
within the painting.
Yeah.
It's like very immediate. Okay, I want to go, and it's like done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
and
you think that your practice change over time, or did it evolve? Did you find or is it completely like different from what how you from where you started?
Yeah, definitely. As I said before, I think with in the beginning I was more into like copying an image
Mm,
that I had, or the photo that I did, or some idea that was like I had an idea and it had to be in the canvas 100% the same as I had imagined it, right?
yeah.
But more and more I getting used to, yeah, to like get a bit guided by the process, and also enjoy it more, because before it was more of a fight with what
Mm,
with the result I'm coming out with, and was getting very obsessed to kind of get the same result. But now it's more of a playful process where I let myself be, yeah, guided by what the, I
yeah.
don't know, if you're asking me some certain color that I haven't thought of in the first moment, then I allow it to happen, or like certain gestures, right?
Is one of
So
those aspect that nobody really teaches you when you're like studying art and paintings and stuff and all these techniques. But
mhm,
that what you just said, it's really important for you to have a really good and a really good product at the end, because
mhm,
it it will come out like your essence of as an artist when you start thinking like that, when you don't think, oh, you I have to finish this. It's more like,
mhm,
okay, let's play with this, let's see, and where it goes, and if something new
mhm,
comes in my mind, I want to add something and change something, let's make it happen like that. Let's not fight my instinct as an artist to change your
mhm.
painting or to develop your own kind of style, which it's I think it's one of the most important things for artists to understand when they are practicing. Enjoy
Yeah,
what you're doing, how you're doing it. It doesn't have to be the same of how you learn.
definitely.
And it's a good to have a base, obviously, to start and to know how to move with your materials, but don't fight it. As you said, you use the right words. Don't fight your instinct and don't fight what you enjoy to do, because there
I mean,
was yeah.
yeah, but which is a bit tricky, right? Because it's something that is supposed to be very intuitive,
Hmm.
and for that you have to develop and actually like paint a lot. You have to just do a lot of stuff, and that they say, I don't know who said that to in order to get one good painting, you have to do 1,000 bad
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah,
It's literally
for
like
sure.
that. You have to,
For
what you
sure.
get in the way of learning is
And
yeah.
it comes to a personal level as well. When you're like painting and you face your it's just you. It's up to you. It's all about like all this insecurity that you have as an artist and as a person, and which is obviously it's a natural thing. Everybody has some, but as an artist, I wish we had less of those, because you're more
Mm,
confident in what you do after, and you obviously search for approval. You search for all these good things when you finish the paintings, or somebody's gonna like it, or somebody's gonna buy it, because obviously we want to sell. And obviously you might go in a certain direction which probably is not the best as an artist, but you if you see that somebody likes that, you might going to produce more artworks like that, which
mm,
cannot be always a good thing. But yeah, it's a lot of those insecurity that you have as an artist, which
yeah.
you learn how to deal with during the way. And it's always good to be upfront with yourself and be honest with yourself and just like enjoy the process, enjoy the moment. And yeah,
Mm,
we do a
yeah.
beautiful an amazing job. Like that's, as an artist, it's an amazing thing to do,
Mhm.
painting, drawings, and create something that somebody might love. But it
Yeah.
comes with a lot of like a dark side, let's say,
Mhm. Yeah,
which
definitely.
nobody really talks about. It's everything is amazing when you do an exhibition, or
Mm,
everything's amazing. But then you know that to produce the artwork that somebody loves, that somebody is doing, that somebody is saying, "Oh, this is beautiful." It came with like 3 days of
mm.
anxieties and fighting with yourself. But yeah.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it feels more like a battle, more like something that is against the stream of what you actually want to do or something. But yeah, but as you said, you just have, I mean, it all is quite shitty because, right, we're saying things that are super tacky, like believe in yourself, or like
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
fun, uh, like yeah, trust your instincts. But it's actually true. It's how it's because each show is like the painting is painting or drawing is just like, well, or whatever kind of graphic art like that. It's a footprint that you have, and then it's gonna say a lot about you, about how you are in that certain moment. It's like a lot about gesture, or at least the kind of things that I think we do. There's a lot about
Yeah,
gesture and like this kind of footprint, and it shows. It shows if you're having fun, if you're actually fighting against it. It's gonna be shining through, and it's gonna show in the
yeah.
final results. So we just
Um,
want to have.
I wanna talk about the color choices that you use, because it's your paintings are portraits, are human based figure. Well, most of them, um,
Mm,
but they're not really like a realistic kind of like hyper realistic, or
mm,
especially you see that in the colors choice that you do. Do you search for this kind of really cool they work really well together, obviously, because yeah, I'm pretty sure you kind of like know what goes with um like talking about colors. And do you do that even in your picture when you take your photos? You try to create the atmosphere, or you do it on the
mm.
canvas?
It's a bit of both, I would say. Well, first of all, the reason to choose these colors, I think it's also to, because you said like I have my interest lay very much in the human figure,
Mm,
and in order to, I wanted to give this twist about like I really like to work with skin tones, especially with oil, super nice. But I wanted to also explore a different palette,
yeah.
and I I did this. I started to do this for a while, and where I had these like different colored lights, and I was in the process of the photo making. I was
Mm,
playing with them, and I saw like in the pictures, in the photos, this very painterly result that I saw it was gonna work very nicely as a painting. Um, because that's how we look at things. I think it's always like this, right? Like you cannot stop looking at things as a painting or as a drawing. Like you just
yeah.
in everyday life, you see this mug, and then you think, okay, this is gonna be done like this, like that. I would start with here. I don't know. And when I saw these pictures, I was like, okay, this is gonna work very nicely, and it also painting quality like this, when it comes to play with all these colors, it was going to be so much fun. I was looking forward, so I just jumped to it.
Mm,
And the choice of colors comes, like I have these light colored lights, to take the pictures,
yeah.
but then I sometimes Photoshop them to completely change them.
Oh,
So
right. I see.
it's not always yeah, it can change before. It can change when I'm painting, like kind of I have this whatever reference, but I say, okay, here it works better, this tone or this other tone, or
I see.
yeah.
That's really smart. As an artist, sometimes you focus on your, okay, I'm gonna paint, and so that's my tool. But
Mm,
to get to that, for example, you said you can use Photoshop to completely change the colors and the palette, and that's
mm,
another tool that you have. And why not? Like you explore all these
mhm.
different things and to get to what you want as a result. And yeah, that's really really smart.